Mr. Vice President, thank you very much for being with us today.
I'm flattered to be invited, Father.
Appreciate
Thank you.
At least two of your predecessors as Vice President, John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, it's well known among historians, they were not big fans of the Jesuits. Now, a mere 50 years ago, we had a debate in this country about whether a Catholic could actually be elected president, should be elected president. We established diplomatic relations between the U.S. and the Vatican only in the 1980s. And now this Jesuit Pope is coming to address a joint session of Congress. What does that say about our country?
Look, Father, I think it's sort of the history of the journey of this country. If you think about it, it's always been in the direction of inclusiveness. It's always been in the direction of acceptance. It's always been in the direction of expanding rights and recognizing differences. And I think whether it's the civil rights movement, whether it's the attitude toward the Catholic Church, whether it's the attitude toward minorities, it's a constant progression. I think what makes America the unique country in the world. It's about policy. It's about the whole idea of anything's possible, and it's about progression. And I know that sounds. Maybe that sounds too nativist, that I'm so proud, but it really is who we are. You know, look, in not too distant future, Father, we're going to be Caucasians of European descent are going to be an absolute minority in the United States of America. And it's a reflection of of who we are, and so it's not at all surprising.
And that will change the face not only of the country, but of the church in this country.
Well, it will change the face of the church. And by the way, you and I both know, I shouldn't be interviewing you, but you know, there are some real differences within the church in terms of the tone and direction and just how far we should reach out. The thing I love about this Pope, I got to meet him when I went to his, quote, inauguration. I always thought it was an installation, but the inauguration. And I had the great pleasure of representing the United States of America. My sister was with me, and I sat in the altar. And afterwards, as you know, Father, you line up in alphabetical order in the Basilica, and the Holy Father stands at the foot of the altar, and he greets every head of state or acting for the head of state. United States were at the very end, and so I walked up, and there was a wonderful Irish Monsignor who had sat in with me in a long interview or discussion I had with Pope Benedict just several months earlier. And he said, "Oh, Mr. Vice President," he said, you know, Holy Father. And the Pope reached out like this and he grabbed my hand. He said, "I know, Mr. Vice President, you're always welcome here." That is the message he's sending to the world.
And that is the tone he's striking everywhere, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's why he's the single most popular figure in the world today.